The robot that shouldn't exist. 10 years ago, this robot could barely walk. Today, it can run, jump, perform backflips, and move with a level of agility that once seemed impossible. Some engineers believe Atlas represents one of the greatest breakthroughs in robotics history. But what makes Atlas so different? And why do some experts believe it shouldn't even exist? To understand that, we need to go back to the beginning. For decades, robots were incredibly useful, but extremely limited. They worked inside factories. They repeated the same motion thousands of times. They were precise, they were powerful, but they were not adaptable. If something unexpected happened, they stopped. If an object moved, they failed. And if they fell, they certainly couldn't get back up. Engineers dreamed of building machines that could move through the world the same way humans do, but that goal seemed far beyond reach. Then, Boston Dynamics entered the picture. In 2013, the company revealed Atlas. The robot looked more like an experimental machine than a product. It was bulky, it was connected to support systems, and its movements appeared slow and awkward. Many people doubted it would ever become practical. But Boston Dynamics had a different vision. They weren't trying to build a robot for a controlled factory. They wanted a machine capable of operating in the real world, a world filled with obstacles, uncertainty, and constant change. Over the following years, Atlas evolved at an astonishing pace. It learned to maintain balance when pushed. It learned to walk across rough terrain. Then it learned to run. Soon after, it began jumping between platforms. What shocked the world wasn't just that Atlas could perform these movements. It was how naturally it performed them. Every step required thousands of calculations. The robot constantly analyzed its position, its momentum, and the environment around it. It adjusted its movements in real time, just like a human would. Then came one of the most famous demonstrations in robotics history. Atlas performed a backflip. For most people, it looked like a simple stunt. For robotics engineers, it was something much more important. It was proof that a machine could coordinate balance, force, timing, and spatial awareness at a level previously thought impossible. But Atlas wasn't only becoming more athletic, it was becoming smarter. Modern versions use advanced sensors, computer vision, and artificial intelligence. The robot can perceive its surroundings, it can recognize objects, it can plan movements, and it can adapt when conditions change unexpectedly. Instead of following a rigid sequence of commands, Atlas can make decisions based on what it sees. That ability is transforming robotics, because the real challenge was never movement. The real challenge was adaptation. In 2024, Boston Dynamics unveiled a completely redesigned Atlas. The hydraulic system that powered earlier versions was gone. The new Atlas was fully electric, more efficient, more flexible, and capable of movements that seem almost unnatural. The robot can rotate parts of its body in ways humans cannot. It can reposition itself rapidly, and it can perform tasks designed specifically for industrial environments. This new generation of Atlas represents more than a technological upgrade. It represents a glimpse into the future. A future where humanoid robots may work alongside humans in factories, warehouses, construction sites, and environments too dangerous for people. Atlas itself is still primarily a research platform, but its influence is already spreading across the industry. Companies like Tesla, Figure AI, and Unitree are all racing to develop their own humanoid robots. The competition has begun, and the progress is accelerating every year. What seemed impossible just a decade ago is becoming reality. Atlas shouldn't exist, At least not according to what robotics experts believed possible only a few years ago. Yet here it is, running, jumping, learning, and helping redefine the limits of engineering. The question is no longer whether humanoid robots will become part of everyday life. The question is, how soon? And if Atlas is any indication, the future may arrive much faster than anyone expects.